I let them know is when I'm getting in the truck, I use 3 points of contact, getting it in and out, okay?
Okay.
Ernie has you check seatbelt, not cut or frayed. It latches, it unlatches, okay? Then he has you grab steering wheel. It's actually 2 inches of play, not 3. There's no play. You can look in that thing, right? I start the truck up before I do that. So if you're going to be with me the majority of the time, and again, you're not wrong as long as you do everything. So I get in the truck, seatbelt, not cut or frayed, latches and unlatches. I'm going to do a neutral safety start. Truck's in neutral. I'm going to push the clutch in, start it up. My brakes are out, right? All I'm checking is to see that my air pressure is up all the way, which it is. So I'm going to let the inspector know. I'm going to put it in the lowest gear. I'm going to shut the truck off, let the clutch out, and put the key back on so my gauges work. All right? Then I'm going to push my tractor brake in, release the brake, push in my trailer, put my foot on the brake. All right? I'm going to hold it for 60 seconds. I shouldn't lose any more than 4 psi a minute. Now, I tell guys, some guys have a tendency to push real hard. You push real hard on this, and where those glad hands hook, there's only these rubber, where are they? I got rubber. What it is just a rubber grommet. Are they here? Yeah, here they are. Just to show you why I tell guys don't push too hard. This is what's in between the airlines, 2 of them, where the glad hands hook. So the harder you push,
you can break those.
Right, so those things here, you got 2 of them on each glad hand, one on the inside and out, and that's the only thing because it has to move as you're driving, all right? So I just tell guys, put a steady pressure. You don't have to, if they start pushing real hard, then it's going to leak a little quicker. So you let them know. I got my foot on the brake. After the initial loss, we're still holding steady. It's about 100 pounds, right? Put your window down a little. I'm listening. I don't hear anything. No leaks. It's holding steady. We're still at 100 pounds, right? It's holding steady. If they just sit there listening to you start counting 10, 11, 12, 13, most of them are going to say, all right, what do you do next? Just the one old Indian guy, he'll have you sit there for a minute and hold your foot on the brake. You don't have to, but 4 psi a minute is acceptable. My brakes are holding steady. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pump it down to about 60 pounds, and I should get a warning light and buzzer. And then from there, once that comes on, I will pump it down to somewhere between 20 and 40, and my spring brakes will pop out. My light and beeper, right? Primary and secondary. Now I'm going to go down to somewhere between 20 and 40, and my spring brake should pop. Usually that one pops first, Kevin, and then that one. So keep pumping until they both pop. Okay. And if you pump it all the way down, I wasn't pumping all the way down. Usually if you pump it all the way down on that second step, they'll both pop about the same time. I'm going to do another neutral safety start. Truck's in neutral. My brakes are on. I'm starting it up. Ernie tells them all this beforehand. Brakes are on. I'm putting in neutral. I got to start it to build my air pressure again. It's going to take about 1 minute to get to 60 pounds, 1 minute to get to 100, and about 20 seconds to get to 120. At 60 pounds, the light and buzzer will go off. At 120, you'll hear the governor and my air dryer kick, and you know you're at full pressure. Now, he'll tell them that before he starts it. I do it after I start it because it's using time up while we're waiting, right? So then, all I do is I let them know if you want to start this way. Both of my mirrors and my windows are good, right? No illegal stickers, no cracks. Windshield and windshield seal are good. No cracks. Dashboard is free of debris. I grab my steering wheel. I do it now. 2 inches of play is acceptable, right? There's no play in the steering wheel. City horn, air horn, all right? Put your headlights on. High and low, they're working. Push the button in on the middle, a white button, wiper washer, okay? My left turn, my right turn. There they are. My 4-ways are working, okay? So you check that you're working your way in. Shut the four-ways off. Now I'm going to go to my gauges. Oil pressure is about 40 pounds. That's normal. Water temperature about 180. That's normal. My tachometer idles about 700. That works. My speedometer will work once we get moving to do our service brake check. This little button here. Push that until you see it come up your voltmeter. 13.9 volts. That means the batteries are charging. Plenty of fuel for the trip. My gauges are now both over 60, so my light and beeper have gone off. All right, they're building. Both of my windows work. They go up and down. All right, here's my registration for truck and trailer. Turn it on high. Go to defrost, right? And heat. They work. Okay. I have a fire extinguisher. It's an ABC, fully charged, secured to the floor. Circuit breakers in there. I've got spare fuses here. My 3 triangle reflectors are properly secured to the floor. Okay? In the box. My back window and seal is good, no cracks. My map light works. Alright? My air is almost up. When I hear the governor kick, then we'll be able to check our do our brake check, our tug test, whatever you want to call it, just to make sure my parking brakes hold. So I'm already over 120 with my secondary.
Yep.
Secondary tank. My primary is about 110. That's fine. I'm going to put it in the lowest gear.
Yep.
Okay, that's over next to the seat. I'm going to release my tractor brake. I'm checking my trailer. Trailer brakes are holding. I'm pulling my tractor on. I'm releasing my trailer. Now I'm checking my tractor brake. Tractor brake's holding. And just put your brake on a little, release your tractor. We're going to pull up and do our service brake check. Grab the door so you don't. All right, so you let them know. I'm going to pull up about 5 miles an hour, push the clutch in, hit the brake. Didn't pull to either side, means the brakes are adjusted properly. And then from there, they're going to have you pull through to do the 3 maneuvers. Here's the 3 maneuvers you're going to do. You're going to be back behind the cones down at the road test site. You're going to pull from the back where your front's just, you're going to go all the way through till the back of the trailer is passed. Then you're going to stop. You're going to back up all the way through. On every one of these 3 maneuvers, 1, 2, 3, you have 1 free pull-up on this straight back. You have 2 free pull-ups after your initial, so you'll pull up, then you're going to offset from the right side to the left side. When you get in the front of the cones, stop, take it out of gear, pull the brake on. Once you do that, then they're going to have you pull up a little, and they're going to have you do a parallel park on your passenger side, on your offset and on your passenger. After you pull up and get set initially to do your backup, then say you back in, you're starting to get in your parallel. You're not happy with where you are. You got 2 free pull-ups. On your offset, you pull up and say you're a little bit more of an angle than you want. You got 2 free pull-ups. So on these 3 maneuvers, you have 12 points you can lose. So say if you pulled up 3 times or 4 times on the offset, you only lost 2 points, 1 for each extra over the 2. Your parallel, say if you pulled up 3 times or 4 times, the 3rd and 4th, you're going to lose 1 point on each of them. All right, no big deal. Then you're allowed to get out on your straight back. You shouldn't have to. On your offset, you might if you get a little discombobulated. You just want to make sure you know where all your cones are. You're allowed to get out there once. On your parallel park, you can get out twice. Don't get out 3 times because they'll stop the test. But sometimes they tell you, get out of the truck, I want to show you where the parallel is. If they do that, that's fine. Then from there, you do your parallel. And again, I got marks, tape on the side of the truck and that, so you'll have an idea what you're doing. And again, don't overthink it. I make it pretty easy with the way we got the marks on there as far as that goes. All right, so that's your pre-trip. Again, we didn't get into maneuvers today, but again, on the road, you know, when you get on, just double clutch. 1, 2, and each time you come up, right, if you bring it up, it comes right up. Once in a while it sticks, and again, just put your foot under if it sticks. And I think a lot of it's like there, just tap it. It's not going to interfere with you shifting. You feel it doesn't go up, just tap it. They don't know what's going on. And again, none of them have CDLs, so...